All right, luckily we have Zoe joining us for our after show, and we're just going to continue the conversation because she brought up some really interesting points.
Right, she's a reporter. She's uncovered some important stuff, and it really, you called into relief this issue of what on the surface looks like a very liberal, open-ended policy, but it gets abused, and it's freaking Sam out a little bit because she was very supportive of that.
It did, yeah. Last night I was, a big advocate for this transgender woman who we didn't know too much about, and the policy.
Congratulating Planet Fitness.
Of course, definitely, I was giving kudos to Planet Fitness. But you're right. This could be, as Anahita would say, a very slippery slope because how do we mandate people who are abusing this to perv out on women? Because that's freaky. That's scary. And then it's putting all the.
That's what happened.
No perv policy.
Yes.
No perv.
Get out of here, pervs. And then it's shining a poor light on the authentic transgender people that really do want it.
And Joey hasn't been able
I
to
feel like
speak
I'm
yet.
playing tennis.
Yeah. And you brought up the whole spectrum of even how transgender is classified, which is another.
It's a nightmare because what you've done is you've conflated sexual fetish with brain anomaly, and so what's transgender? And so this so-called umbrella. The transgender word is used by the Department of Justice. It will be used by the Supreme Court. So we have bad facts that make bad law. So women, you want to go and you want to use a women's, area. Women are vain, or you don't want to maybe show your body, or you don't want to be gawked at by some guy.
Perved out, as Sam.
Well, being a recovering guy, right? No, but I know that men think about sex so frequently, so you kind of want to get away from that.
Yeah.
And there is a guy.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is say.
And men are stronger potentially. You can be overpowered, or who knows? But my question is, where's the bad information coming from? Is that my profession?
Partially, but it's also there's a self-reporting requirement or this issue where one needs only to say I'm transgender, and people are supposed to go back and say, oh well. Okay, we'll make that accommodation. So there's no real way of dealing with that. But when I'm transgender, right?
Yeah.
So I went on hormones for 12 months. I'm on 23 months of hormones. I've had 2 painful major surgeries. I've had 9 laser hair body treatments. And I'm still transitioning. So, I've gone through all this to get to where I'm at. And I was very respectful of women's spaces. And now I'm finally feeling like it's okay for me to use these spaces, but not everyone feels that way, and it will get look, you're a doctor, and you've delivered babies, and I think what's happening is this is like giving birth, and it's painful for everybody. Right?
Yeah.
And at the very end, you're going to have something beautiful. So there's going to be problems. But eventually this will all work itself out, maybe through the courts.
Zoe, can I ask you really quickly, just because I saw a number of legitimate questions about what a transgender, can you define transgender for people out there who may not understand what
or
it's
is there a
like?
website or something?
With identification.
I think if you go to GLAAD or you go to the Human Rights Coalition, HRC, you'll see definitions. But again, those definitions encompass everything. And it really does a disservice. So there are transsexuals that have gender dysphoria, and the DSM-5 talks about that, and that's people that identify as female and go and start transitioning, which is a very long, difficult, painful process. Then there's those that are
This gender neutral.
There's so many different things. I'm even
I just think we need more education, because
we do.
More education, and that can help with the tolerance.
Well, continue the conversation.
We'll continue the conversation. Yeah, weigh in on this story now that we have a little bit more of an idea of actually what happened. And like Zoe said, it might get a little messy before something beautiful happens. So let us know what you think.
Yep.